Arrested for fraud. Is anyone surprised? Seems like almost everyone in Trump's circle is in trouble with the law. And when a crony gets arrested, he'll either say he doesn't know the person, or he knew him very little, or if the person matters to him, as in, he's got something on me, so I better defend myself, then he says it's a deep state conspiracy to stop him and his friend from doing the great work of the American people. Right, sure. Know what I think? All these Trumpian characters have gotten in trouble with the law because, just like him, and in keeping with the adage that birds of a feather flock together, they're criminal grifters. Bannon's birth time is unknown, but the timing of this event points to the Uranus-Neptune square, which, depending on the ascendant, likely sets up a problematic situation as it is being challenged by the triple Capricorn conjunction. On that alone, he is likely to have something serious on his plate until the end of the year, when Jupiter and Saturn will leave those degrees. Then, as the energy shifts to Aquarius, it'll depend on where those Leo and Scorpio planet groups fall within the chart grid. For example, put either sign group in the 12th house, and you could find yourself in the slammer. Or alternatively, perhaps Aquarius, where Saturn will be transiting, is itself the prison house, and this would also be serious trouble. Notice that by next year, his Jupiter at 23 plus Gemini will be squared by Neptune from Pisces, and this will span a couple of years. Neptune is a square planet at birth, so a transit like that can be quite difficult. Also, transiting Pluto will not stop pressuring that Uranus-Neptune square until at least 2023. Bannon calls himself a populist and pretends to be in it for the people, but he doesn't mean it in the same way Kamala says she is Kamala for the people. It's pretty clear Bannon is a closet autocrat, uber male, very much in the ilk of his buddy Trump, in it for himself all the way, while saying he's doing it for everyone else. This is pretty clear astrology. He was born with a very stationary Pluto that is likely to be closely conjunct his moon. Given his behavior and how this kind of conjunction expresses, I see it as a clear sign of an entitled plutocrat, autocrat, big believer in male power. Throw in criminal grifter and you pretty much have the full picture. It is fascinating to see his Jupiter, the most positive, benefic, expansive planet, exactly conjunct Trump's sun. Shows you why they were so buddy-buddy at one point. Bannon's Mars next to Trump's Jupiter offers further confirmation of potential linkage. And the Pluto-Moon conjunction lines up next to Trump's Mars and Ascendant, making for yet another very strong link. However, the Uranus-Neptune square is in a very uncomfortable place in Trump's chart, so despite the close identification from the other planets, he was still one of the first to be thrown out of Trump's White House madhouse, and 2020 puts a lot of pressure on that Uranus-Neptune in his chart and in Trump's, so it isn't surprising to see Trump distancing himself even more than he was calling him Messy Steve. Bottom line, Bannon is in trouble, and it might be pretty serious because it sounds like the prosecutors have the receipts. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.